the Eagle Run 2.3. You're gonna love this gun. I have been waiting for such a long time to be able to share it with you. It is a project that is involved with another YouTube channel. It's a project that is involved with multiple manufacturers, and it just took a while to get all of the details together. But it is done, and I have shot it, and it's absolutely beautiful. Take a look at our brand new 6.5 Grendel build. Oh, it's got a 16-inch barrel, got that beautiful faxon upper and lower, and a big old scope. I am really enjoying the look of this gun, and I've shot it a couple of times. It's done really well. Let me bring you in close and tell you more about it. Okay, here it is, guys. Builder set here from Faxon. I really like this. It's called Midnight Burnt Bronze. It's a custom Cerakote color from the guys over at Faxon, and this lower has just a lot of really cool details in it. I did show you guys this when it came in, but at the time I couldn't tell you what it was going on, but I think it goes really well just doing black and midnight burnt bronze. It's my first burnt bronze category. I don't think that I used to like burnt bronze, but it's definitely growing on me. So the upper and lower here is a Faxon, and it's one of their Ion series with these, little lightning cuts and the skeletonization there. It is a little bit lighter, not a lot lighter, but a little bit lighter. For the rest of this, down here on the end, we've got a Faxon handguard. Let me show you that. This is the way handguards are supposed to be, with that scalloped, not the full pick rail. It's got the abbreviated pick rail, and when you reach over on these, it feels thinner in your hand, a little bit easier to get a grip on, and of course it reduces some weight as well. They're also drilled down there, and of course they include a spot right there for your sling detent to go in, which is key for me, as Grendel should be a hunting caliber, so got to have a sling ready for your Grendel. How this whole thing came about was from a YouTube channel that is called Bending Ballistics. He met up with a guy from a company called Tactical Ordinance. Let me see if I can show you their logo right here. Can you see that down there, that logo? That is from Tactical Ordnance. So Tactical Ordnance is also known as Heller Arms, and there was an Olympia buyout back, I guess, a few years ago. I'm not 100% sure about that, but Tactical Ordnance is where you'll find this barrel. They're a custom premium barrel manufacturer. They can do all sorts of twist rates for whatever caliber, and they spun up a really cool barrel for this. Now, I was given the choice of doing, whatever length I wanted on the Grendel, and the idea here was that we were going to do a little competition between an Eagle Run 2.3 build and then a build over on the Bending Ballistics channel. So I believe he has his gun together, and we'll be doing a video very soon, and you can go check out his build. Now, he doesn't know entirely everything that I did to this one, so he's going to be seeing it right here, some of these details for the first time. This is the muzzle brake that came with it, and I think I'm going to run it. I like it. It's short, which is kind of the idea for this build, and I think I'm going to run it. The bolt carrier group and the barrel came over from Tactical Ordnance for me to test and to tell them about the twist rate they made for me. We'll talk more about that later. And this is a full bowl barrel, incredibly heavy. And I really wanted to kind of do some carbon fiber things on this, but I could not get in a carbon fiber handguard from Faxon. They're trying to find me one, and maybe if it comes here, we can reconfigure this or something. I don't know. I don't know that this gun will stay together like this for very long, but for now, I'm really enjoying shooting it, and I really like the super compact with a giant scope on it. Nice barrel, nice trigger, cool paint job. I'm really liking the look of this. Going down some of the components, a Faxon charging handle, which is kind of an interesting design. I like it. It's ambidextrous, pops back on either side, and it has a cool look that kind of matches the top with the Faxon handguard up here. And then we found a use for that other stippled A2 grip. I ordered in a couple of grips. I didn't like them. I ordered one in the wrong color. And so for now, I decided just to throw on the one that I stippled. I think it feels really good in my hand. I don't love the angle, but the texture is amazing. And I've never been one who really minded the little nub here, so we just decided to keep it. A couple other components that were sent to us. We have a lower parts kit that is from AT3 Tactical. They also sent over a 2-stage trigger. This is their custom nickel boron 2-stage trigger. After we shoot this a couple times, I'll do a trigger pull on this, but I do really like that trigger. Let me see if I can show it to you real quick. So we have a definitive wall, and then a little bit of creep, and then a nice clean break. AT3 Tactical sent that over. Big shout out to them. It's a mil-spec trigger, but it's polished and it's got the the nickel boron coating on it, and it's a really good trigger for the price. It's not a drop-in, so it's more of a mil-spec style, but I like the trigger. I'll keep the trigger for sure. AT3 also sent me over this is from Timber Creek, and I've just started working with Timber Creek on a couple of other projects, which is kind of cool. But I have a couple of these, and the mil-spec, the standard mil-spec safety selector, I like to do an upgraded safety selector. The problem is that a lot of those little parts are like $100. This is one that clicks very positively. It is ambidextrous, and it's everything you need in a safety selector and nothing you don't at the price that makes sense. So this is a good component. I like the way it clicks. It feels good. It looks non-mil spec, which is kind of cool. I like the look of that. But anyway, I highly recommend those, and I'm looking forward to working with Timber Creek on a couple other things. Now, jumping down here to, there's a lot of wild cards on this build, but the other wild card here is the Strike Industries Pit stock. I don't know that this is not the right stock for this gun. I know that. It came in and I was really excited to use it, and I didn't really know what to put it on. What's probably going to happen with this stock is it's going to go over on the AR-45 from 80% Arms. Most likely that stock is going to go on a pistol carbine. I think that's the right call. Doesn't really belong on this. Also, it's a little short. Even at its fully extended position, it's not really far enough back for me. I'm 6'3", and it's not there. I'd have to push my scope way forward. That would look kind of silly. So it's not the right one, but I do like the look of it, and so we'll leave it on there for now. I wasn't able to get in a tracked optic for this build. Realistically, I didn't have any money in the budget for that. Found a use for the Vortex PST Viper. This is the one that I took off of my long-range 6.5 Creedmoor setup, and I put a tracked on there because it's a better optic. But this is a nice optic that most people are fine with. I find it a little cumbersome in the eye box. I can't get lined up behind it very well. Putting it on this gun with the combination of the stock is a little bit of a recipe for disaster, but I was able to somewhat appreciate this a little bit more on this gun than I was on more of a true long range setup. And so this is more of a plinker, but it goes well on here. It's ginormous. I think it looks kind of cool, but a good use for this. Now, when I get the chance, I'm 100% replacing the Vortex for the tracked. I plan on running tracked on everything, and even if it's their budget line, which is the Response one that I've got on that Ruger SFAR DIY knockoff that I made, even if I have to do a cheaper tracked, I will, but obviously I want to get a Toric on here because those are my favorite scopes. So there's the rundown. I don't really have prices for you. Retail prices, you could probably look them up. So much of this gun was sent to me. In fact, this is one of the first guns where most of the parts were really sent to me. I haven't really had a lot of manufacturers sending me whole guns, but a handful of companies are enjoying what we're doing with some of the components, and so I'm getting quite a few components in, which is cool because that just lets us build more often. I will say that it is an absolute privilege and honor to do some barrel testing for these guys. Shout out to Tactical Ordnance. I'll have a link to their website where you can pick up or go take a peek at what they're offering. A really cool custom barrel that you can do all sorts of neat stuff with, and I'm looking forward to seeing what this is capable of. So as far as the build series is going, we have not announced what the parameters are going to be, so I'm still looking for input on that. If you think that we should have maybe we should have like a vote off between like, oh, this gun versus this gun, we could definitely vote on them. We could also do a shoot off where we maybe take some groups at 100 yards, 200 yards, 300 yards. I can pretty easily go out to 400 or 500 yards on my property. And so that would be a pretty cool comparison. We can see what the Grendel does with a short barrel. Most people are running 20, 22, 24s with their Grendel. So the 16-inch Grendel has got me pretty excited. So anything like that you'd like to see us do, maybe there's like an object that we could see how many shots it takes to get at a certain distance, and we could copy that where he is and where I am. Eventually, we could potentially meet up down the road and be at the same place with our build-off guns and continue this series. But for now, there's going to be a couple more videos where we go over some more of the components and we talk about how they perform. We got a lot of ammo testing to do. I need to do some velocity stuff with this barrel and potentially find a new stock for it. So more to come, but that is the 6.5 Grendel. Really happy to show it to you guys. I'm excited about it. I think it's cool. Let me know what you think. Now we just need to move to the competition stage. It looks like the testing and build stage is done. So hope you're here for it. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.